Blackstone Audiobooks presents The Case for Democracy, The Power of Freedom to Overcome Tyranny and Terror, by Natan Sharansky with Ron Dermer. Preface. In February 1986, I became the first political prisoner released by Mikhail Gorbachev. 9 years earlier, I had been arrested on false charges of high treason. My real crimes? Fighting for human rights inside the Soviet Union, and for the right of Soviet Jews, myself included, to emigrate. The KGB derisively referred to the many people in the West who were working so diligently to free Soviet Jewry as a bunch of students and housewives. But the power of this volunteer army to help us win our freedom was greatly underestimated by the Soviet leadership. Credit for the final push that led to my release goes to President Ronald Reagan. As my wife, Avital, was demonstrating outside a superpower summit in Geneva at the end of 1985, President Reagan, pointing at her, turned to Gorbachev and said, "You can keep saying that Sharansky is an American spy, but my people trust that woman. And as long as you keep him and other political prisoners locked up, we will not be able to establish a relationship of trust." Very soon after that conversation, I was moved from my cell in a prison camp in the Urals to a hospital. Those in charge of the Soviet penal system had developed a series of 18 diets for re-education purposes. When I checked into the hospital, my diet was immediately upgraded from the lowest level to the highest one. Over the course of the next 7 weeks, the Soviets worked to rehabilitate my weakened body with plenty of food, medicines and vitamins, as well as 2 hours of fresh air every day. They treated me like a cow being fattened for sale. At that time, Gorbachev was still not ready to admit, as he would a few months later, that there were political prisoners in the USSR. That is why he tried to make my release part of a larger spy exchange between East and West. Fortunately, the Americans were not willing to give credence to this lie. They insisted I be set free 30 minutes before the official exchange of arrested spies. On Unabridged.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?